What up, squad? I'm back. I'm going to try and post a lot on YouTube now with a little video about today and something that we went through today, which is a really good piece of advice that I'd like to share with you guys. And it was about EJ, right? I took two trades in EJ today. One loss, one win. Now, the way we trade, what we try and do over here is minimize our risks in our losing trades and maximize our gains in the winning trades. So I'm going to go through what we did and how to minimize my risk um, in the losing trade to make me profitable overall in the day. Okay, because it's quite a big factor, especially when you're at the break-even when you're at the big break-even kind of area. Normally, what will happen is you'll take a beautiful trade, you'll be up 10, 15 pips, you'll close, you'll be amazing. You'll also take a losing trade, which will hit your stop loss at 12, 15 pips. So you're break even, right? How do we rectify this? There's obviously so many more different ways, but this is one of the ways that really helps me out. Just want to go through AJ and how we went about it today. Overall, you can see, I mean, not now, but you can see before we were very bullish. We closed above on the 4 hour. This 4 hour was open, okay? This 4 hour was open. Let me just get rid of this. And I started to see a rejection from the downside. Let me just move this over here. Yep, so we got a rejection from the downside, support forming at 138951. Okay, which we're pretty happy about, right? To continue bullish, right? Because what we always say is, if we are in a higher time frame, wait for some support to form to ride it back to the high. So I really expected these candles to push and come back to the highs, okay? I then also got a 30-minute closure bullish. Now, can you see over here that this 30-minute candle here, this bullish one, closed bullish above these areas. Therefore, we have the confirmation to continue bullish, right? So, looking at that now, all I have to do is wait for this candle here to make a lower wick and to continue bullish. So this is what I did. I got into a trade after it made the lower wick on the break of the previous high, which is around about here, stop loss below, so around about a 16 pip stop loss to continue to the highs, okay? So TP2 would have been like 40 pips, and then obviously would have closed positions in these areas. Now, obviously you can see this didn't work out, but I'll show you what happened. Okay. So we dropped down to the 50-minute time frame. We got on the break of the highs over here. Yes, it wasn't a closure above this resistance, but for me, above the support. But for me, this candle was based on the 30, and I was very happy with the volume recently, and the whole overall direction of EJ was beautiful, and I really like this. Also, if you take a look in the 50-minute time frame, can you see this lower wick tapped this wick here? Big rejection to the downside to then flip back up to continue bullish and break the highs, okay? Take a look at the 5 minute, the same thing, okay? So we always talk about untested areas, which is a new concept that we've brought into the party. But can you see that this candle here, this 5 minute, has pushed all the way up, and we haven't had a retest back to the area because there's been no candle apart from this one. This candle came down, retested this area, rejected, and came back bullish straight away. Okay, with the next closure. It also came and wicked to this area, which is rejections to the downsides to then continue bullish. Okay, so I'm in the trade. It's playing around. I'm messing around. It goes to a little bit of drawdown over here, around about 6 pips, then comes and flips back up, and then it literally is on my entry. Okay, it's on my entry. I still have the confidence that this is going to continue bullish. However, is it right for me to hold this 16 pip stop? No, because I want this candle to push up. This candle here is the one I was working on, and I knew it had, 3-4 minutes left of this candle. So the first thing that I said to manage risk was that if this 50-minute candle closes bearish, I'm going to close full because we're rejecting and we're really causing this resistance over here. We're really holding this resistance here, okay? So the 50-minute close bullish. I was like, right, okay, this is okay. I'm still happy with this. Also, can you see the 5-minute time frames? Nice rejection wick to the downside, closing bullish. We continued, but as you can see, we were still messing around in this area. Okay, so once price came back up over here, we went to around about 6 pips profit, 5 pips profit. I was very happy with this continuation because, as you can see, the 30-minute time frame at the time was looking very good to continue. And then we started coming back to entries. So this is when I got to start to manage risk, right? Because there's no point taking this full 16 pip loss just because I think it's going to continue. It's clearly not, struggling at these areas, and with the volume, it isn't pushing up as nice, right? Take a look at the 5-minute time frame, okay? this 5 minute bearish just closes. This 5 minute candle closes bearish. Now for me, this is when I started to manage risk. This time frame actually came back up, and I was like, right, you know what? I'm gonna move my stop loss. First, I actually moved it to these lower wicks here. Okay, so I minimized my stops. So now it's a 12 pip stop, and this is on the low of the 15 that it also remade. Then I was like, right, you know what? This is not working at all. I still think this 5 minute bullish candle is going to be good as long as it makes a lower wick and breaks and flips and breaks the highs. We're going to be good, right? So I'm still happy with the trade. However, I want to minimize my risk. So then I move my stop loss to 139164 right here, below the previous 5 minute candle. Okay, then as you can see over here, price couldn't continue and tapped me out. So I lost around about 3 pips in this example. 3 pips. So from a 16 pip stop to a 3 pip. And obviously, as you can see over here, we would have lost this trade and you would have lost 13 pips. Okay. Now take that in mind, right? Let's just see you were really, really confident with it and you held it on and you took a 13 pip loss. Okay. Now we waited. We were like, right, this is big rejection over here. We're really struggling, but obviously I'm not going to take a sell straight away. I got to wait for a closure below. So then we got this 15-minute bearish closure back in the zone. Can you see over here? We're back in the zone. Over here, we're going to continue bearish into this area to fill it up. Okay. The 4-hour time frame also now closed bearish. Okay. So now, I was like, great, we just need to wait for the closure. We've got a closure over here, right here. Okay, now just go to the 5-minute time frame. Can you see that this 5-minute candle was the top wick of the open? It also wicked to previous support, which means if this reflips, it's going to reject this area and then continue bearish. So the 15-minute time frame over here makes a top wick. This is also the 30-minute and also the hourly, by the way. It's all in the same kind of play. So then I took a sell stop, as you can see over here, on the reflip of this candle. It was actually a no bottom wick, so it was very, very nice. We got in on the flip with stop loss above, so now I've got a 13 pip stop to continue back down. 12, 13 pips at these areas is where TP1 is, and then TP2 I put at the hourly resistance, which is right here, for around about 22, 23 pips. Okay. As you can see, we came down. I closed positions off at 12, 13 pips, and then put TP2 at 22 pips. Okay, so as you can see, if you work out the maths over here, I'm up like, let's just say, so 12 pips here and then 22, so around about 14, 15 pips gain. And then this one I lost 3. So I'm up 12 pips, right? I'm up 12 pips. So that's around about for me 1.7, 1.6%. Okay? If I didn't minimize the risk on this trade and took the full L, took it at 16 pips, and then this one hit around over here, so like 14, 13, I would still be in drawdown for the day. Okay? So from a winning day to a losing day, just because you couldn't be asked to manage risk. Okay, I wanted the push, I didn't get the push, and therefore I've got to manage the risk. So this is a perfect example of getting out of the break-even stage, by minimizing your risk when price isn't doing exactly what you want. As you can see over here, we were straight into profit. If you look at my Instagram, we were in profit pretty much instantly, right? After it reflipped. When price is struggling in areas, don't just think your stop is going to be, nice to hold on. Look at ways to get out because it isn't doing it exactly what you wanted. I really thought that this 30-minute candle was going to push up. So don't have your ego next to you when you're trying to take trades, right? If you know it's going to be wrong, if you know it's not going too well, you've got to minimize the risk. And then overall today, I'm up like 1.6, 1.7%, and happy days, right? So I hope you guys, take this into account and maybe some examples that you guys have done with this. But I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace out.